And the last story for the day. Exclusive. He's preaching something that's illegal. Outrage. Muslim preacher repugnant views that it's a major sin for a wife to refuse her husband's demands for sex. Okay, that does it. I'm becoming a Muslim. Let's jump into the story. Oh boy, the feminists are going to love this, aren't they? Feminists and the New South Wales Attorney General have expressed concern after a Sydney Muslim preacher declared it was a major sin for a wife to refuse sex with her husband. Nazim Abadadi, a fundamentalist Sunni, told the Abu Mosque in the city's west, a woman would be cursed by angels for withholding marital intimacy. If the husband calls the wife to be intimate and there's no legitimate reason for the woman to say no, then she must answer the call of her husband, he said on Friday night. She must answer the call of her husband, and if not, She must answer the call for her husband, and if not, she has committed a major sin. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think it is technically rape. But yeah. Let's jump into it. So, if the man calls for the wife to bed and she refuses, the angels curse this woman and sleeps with her while he's angry. The angels cursed her until she wakes up. Say that again. If the man calls the wife to bed and she refuses, the angels curse this woman and he sleeps with her whilst he's angry. The angels curse her until she wakes up. I have no idea what that means, but anyway. Mr. Abdi preaches the 7th century fundamental version of the Salafist Islam from Saudi Arabia and with the Asasani was Jamana Association, which also advocates aspect of Sharia law. The longtime feminist Eva Cox described him as a nutter, while stressing Islam was not the only religion with fundamentals who disrespect women's rights. Yeah, I suppose that's the line and the stance you're going to have to take there, sister, isn't it? You can't exactly sit there and criticize Islam too much because you'd be ousted from the feminist brotherhood or femalehood. Someone needs to inform the preacher that he's preaching something which is illegal, she told the Daily Mail Australia. I don't know if it'd actually be illegal because he's saying that regardless of what the woman wants, she should give in to him and do what she wants. Do what he wants. So technically she is still choosing, so it's not technically illegal, I suppose. I don't know. Preaching something which is illegal maybe should be banned. I'm sorry we've got these nutters. Yeah, well, you're the one that wanted to import them, didn't you, sister? But anyway, Macquarie University researcher Professor Catherine Lambert, a gender advisor with the National Rugby League, described the sermon as hate speech. Oh, God, they're even going after the Muslims now. That kind of speech should be investigated. I believe in freedom of speech. No, you don't. But I believe the limits to freedom of speech where violence has been advocated, she said. It's absolutely against the law in this country what he's advocating. Yes, says criticizing Islam too because of your feminist female sisterhoods. So, might want to be careful throwing around the hate speech label here. You might be in jail. Both feminists from the academia background stressed that fundamental Christians too had described women as sexual property of men and said that these sermons were not a reflection on all Australian Muslims. Oh, there we go. The hashtag not all. It's all good. She saved herself from being, lynched by the feminist hood. Mr. Abdi was previously declared it's sinful for Muslim women to show their ears under their hijab in public and for parents to allow their children to listen to music in the car. Yeah, women, don't let your kids listen to music in the car. It's a one-way ticket to hell. It really is. Professor Lambie said that Mr. Abdi's sermon could encourage Muslim men to commit domestic violence, which I could probably see. You start getting men who think that they have the right to demand sex whenever they want, regardless of what women say, then yeah, definitely could lead towards that. Some circumstances, not all, but yeah. I would say it's incitement to commit a criminal offence. If your wife doesn't submit, then you still have the right to take her. That's crime under Australian law, she said. Look, I don't think that's what he's advocating for, but will some of them take it that way? Yes, they will, definitely. Look, to be honest, I find that, look, all jokes aside, I find what he's saying is a little bit obviously degrading, disrespectful for women, yada, yada, yada. I don't know where I really fall on the line on this. Like, yeah. I would be against it. Obviously, I would like any future waifu to have a sex drive higher than mine, which would be interesting to find. But at the end of the day, like I've literally been in relationships where girls only want to have sex once or twice a week, and shit, I like it every day. So work that one out. Shocking, the more I think about what the fundamental preacher said, in a way is advocating a form of domestic violence. Technically it is. In certain circumstances, yes it is. New South Wales amended the Crimes Act this year to give 3-year jail terms for inciting violence based on race, religion or sexuality. Better be careful there, sister. You might end up being in jail for, inciting violence based on their religion. But anyway. However, it didn't specifically target the comments of a religious preacher. Attorney General Mark Speakman said that Mr. Outrage's remarks were a matter for police. Non-consensual sex is a serious crime which should be reported to the police, he told the Daily Mail Australia today. Yeah, the thing is, he's not really saying it shouldn't be. So he's not really saying it's non-consensual. What he is saying is that the women should submit to the husband, and regardless of what they want or what they think they want, they should still submit and give in to the husband's wishes. So technically they still are choosing to lay in the bed with the man, so to speak. It's just that they are putting their own needs behind that of their husband, which is what he'll probably argue. So, look, at the end of the day, can it be taken the other way? Sure, yes, it can. This is the problem. It is a vague statement, and people will use it to obviously go through and preach whatever they want. To be honest, I find the whole idea of Sharia law and Islam absolutely against our values anyway. So I would say that we should just, yeah. Respect for all women is a central value in Australian society, which I agree with. The views expressed by this preacher are repugnant to those values. Yeah. Daily Mail Australia has sought a right of reply from the Sunni Wana Jamana Association at Auburn. The group removed the video from the YouTube after a series of questions were emailed to them. It was titled Prohibitions Regarding Intimacy in Marriage. Mate, how do these guys have a YouTube channel? Really? Like, this would have been enough to give anybody else a strike on YouTube. It's good to see that YouTube's unbiased and whatnot. Marital rape didn't become a crime across Australia until 1994, with South Australia in 1976 becoming the first state to criminalise sexual assault in a marriage. So look, at the end of the day, what's my takeaway? Okay, so it depends on how you want to take as to what he says. Do I think he's advocating for non-consensual sex? No. What I think he is saying is, at the end of the day, a woman should put her needs below that of a man. If a man wants to have sex, she should submit and let him have sex with her. The thing is, she is actually letting him have sex. Look, do I agree with it? No, I don't. I don't agree with it. No. At the end of the day, do I find what he's saying a little bit off color, off disgusting? Yeah, it is. And look, are we surprised? This is a race or religion that has a history of treating women as property. What did you expect when you go importing them into the country? Oh boy, it's not like a whole bunch of people that were against migration said this was going to happen. And look, at the end of the day, what happens to someone who this guy has preached to? He's walking down the street, he sees some white girl walking down at night, or some girl of whatever colour it may be, and he thinks that he has the right to have sex with her regardless. So she tries to fight him off and he rapes her in the alleyway. There is definitely a circumstance where this can be used, abused, taken out of context, used to push an agenda, whatever it may be. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I think what he said is wrong. Is it illegal? I don't know if you'd make that case. But, look, at the end of the day, I don't agree with what he said, no. I think he deserves a swift kick in the ass. And can't we just deport these people? But they're not Australian values. They don't have Australian values. Why are we entertaining them in Australia? I have no idea. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on what he said? Is his views repugnant? Do you think he was speaking merely about the woman should be submitting and putting her needs below that of a man? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Apart from that, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack a like. If you're new, channel welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.